Another highly requested video, foundation routine for textured skin. First, you have to hydrate. No matter if you have oily skin, dry skin, combo skin, you have to moisturize. This will help balance your skin. So if you're dry, it keeps the moisture locked in, and if you're oily, it actually prevents your skin to produce extra oil. Let that sit in for a minute, and then you're gonna go in with your primer. One of my favorite is the Smashbox, and then a drugstore version is the Maybelline Baby Skin. I keep these primers along my T-zone, which is my nose, chin, forehead, because that's where I have large pores. You wanna use a primer that has silicone because that creates a pore filling and line smoothing effect, which means this is good for people that have acne scars. I could literally do a whole video on the different primers, but this is just general rule of thumb. I have combo skin, so I know that this will work both on oily and dry skin. Let that sit on your skin for a minute and then go in with your foundation. If your textured skin is caused by dryness, use a hydrating foundation. That means skin tint or a glowy foundation. If you have acne scarring or oily skin, use a satin or matte foundation. If you have textured skin, do your foundation in sections. This will allow you to work with the product right away, and it won't dry out before you want to blend it in. If you have dry textured skin, use a wet beauty blender. If you don't like the damp beauty blender, you can use it dry. This won't disrupt your skin and cause any flaking, especially if you have dry skin. Whatever you do, don't go in with a brush and go in circular motions. It will cause too much disruption. If you really want to use a brush, I should have showed you, but kind of use a similar patting motion just with a brush. Another favorite tool of mine is your hands. I got great coverage with just one pump doing it like this. If you have textured skin, I recommend doing cream products. This is a cream bronzer color from the Makeup Forever palette. Sometimes powder products can just emphasize your texture too much, and cream sits nicely on dry and oily skin. You can use your beauty blender to blend this out. This gives a more soft focus type of effect, and the beauty blender is really versatile. Would you be interested in seeing my favorite cream products? Comment below. Another way to blend out your bronzer is with a brush, and you just lightly want to kind of stamp and press it into the skin. This gives a more precise look and really keeps the product where you place it. You can see the difference. That's the beauty blender side, and then that's the brush side. For textured skin, the type of blush I recommend is cream or liquid blush. This is the Saie Beauty liquid blush. Don't go straight in with the wand on your cheek. Place it on the back of your hand and then blend onto your cheek. You can go in with a beauty blender. If you do this, just gently tap it onto the beauty blender and then push onto your cheek. This will give a very soft, natural look. You can also apply blush with a brush. Again, just put it on your hand, tap the brush onto your hand, and then place it onto your cheek. And just use gentle patting motions. A brush usually gives a little bit more intense look and is definitely more precise than a beauty blender. Both look great, just depends what look you're going for. If you have textured skin, just be gentle, whether you're using a brush or a beauty blender. For concealer, I'm using the Makeup Forever HD Skin. I like this because it's really light. I would say it's light medium coverage. For textured skin, you can use a beauty blender or a brush. Just gently pat it onto your skin so it's not disrupting your skin or causing any flakiness. I have a video on how to hide pimples, which I'll link above and below, but this will help. Next, you want to make sure everything that you just put on stays in place. So I'm using a setting powder. My favorite way to apply powder, especially for textured skin, is with a powder puff. Dip it in and then rub it onto the back of your hand. So when you place it on your face, you have even coverage. Make sure to use patting motions. This way you're not disrupting any of the product that you've already put on your face. If you have dry skin, only put it in the areas that you're oily. Or if you have large pores, powder can help minimize the appearance. You can use pressed or loose powder. I love adding a little bit of powder bronzer on top of my cream, but this is an optional step. If you decide to use a powder bronzer, make sure it's matte because shimmer can emphasize texture, whether it's dry skin, large pores, acne scars, just avoid shimmer. If you want highlight, use it separately. Now for the final step, go in with a setting spray. Use something that is matte or is listed as long-lasting. Two of my long-lasting makeup sprays that I love is the Skindinavia and Cali Ray. I'll list a few different ones below that are both affordable and higher end. I'm zooming you into the area that I have the most texture, which is my chin, and there's no flaking. You can't see any of the texture. I know I don't have acne scarring, but this will 100% work for people that do. Hope this helps my girl Kimmy. I read all your comments, so if there's other things that you struggle with, make sure to list it below and I will try and make a video. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it useful for your textured skin, and subscribe for more makeup tips.